What's up guys, JB2017 here, and today I'm bringing you a new Fallout 4 tips and tricks video. And this time we are continuing my unique weapon guide series with one of the best stealth melee weapons in the game. Just a quick reminder guys, this is your hub for daily Fallout 4 content here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned on my channel for daily Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. Today I'm going to show you how to get Pikmin's Blade, which is a fairly early game unique combat knife with a special mod that is perfect for a sneak melee character. Now this will only take you about 20 or 30 minutes depending on your character level, but once you pair this with Blitz and Ninja, you will be destroying your enemies with this quick and deadly weapon. You can find Pikmin's Blade at the Pikmin Gallery location, which is kind of on the northern edge of the main downtown Boston Island, so this is pretty much going to be due north of Goodneighbor and way northeast of Diamond City. So the catch is it's hidden behind a painting in a safe that you need the key for. So you're gonna have to do this little quest for a guy named Pikmin. So this weapon's actually named after a character. So you'll be fighting through raiders on the outside of this area and plenty more on the inside. There's actually a lot to do on the inside of this gallery area, and they are looking for the man named Pikmin. So I'm gonna fast forward through a lot of this because this is a lot of just killing, but essentially once you get to the very top of this Pikmin gallery, you're going to find a little crawl space that you can kind of jump into, and that's where you're going to continue looking for Pikmin. I'd say you probably want to be at least level 10 before you attempt to do this. If you don't have enough endurance, these raiders do hit pretty hard, so I'd say probably level 15 is a safe point. That's, the character that I'm using right now is level 15. So that's probably the safest, level to do this. Of course, if you're higher than 15, this should be no problem for you. But, if you're looking for an early game stealth melee weapon, if you come here at level 10, it might be a little bit tough. And if you come here earlier, it'll be even tougher. So just kind of give you guys, an idea of when you can come here. I'd say about level 10 to 15. So once you get to that top area, you're going to want to jump down into this crawl space and then keep heading downward. And then that's when you're going to find even more raiders through kind of an underground basement, tunnel area. And just for the sake of time, we are going to skip ahead and not fast forward through this next part. You really just need to follow the tunnels all the way down to kind of an open area where you will see Pikmin surrounded. He's the guy in the suit. He's got his hands up. There are a lot of raiders around him. There's this guy named Slab. So essentially you need to kill everyone except for Pikmin. You need to save Pikmin from these raiders in order to get Pikmin's Blade. So that's important. Do not shoot Pikmin or else he will come after you. Once you successfully save him from the raiders, he's going to give you a gift. He's going to give you a key, and you're going to have to use this in order to unlock the safe behind the painting back in the Pikmin gallery. So fortunately, right behind Pikmin, there is kind of a shortcut to go back up, but you are going to have to go back around and then into the Pikmin gallery in order to get your Pikmin's Blade. Fortunately, the painting is just in the room to the left. Right when you come inside, it's the Picnic for Stanley painting, which is weird. I don't know why it's called that, but you just activate it and then the painting will come off. There will be the safe. You've got the key, and then there is Pikmin's Blade. So like I said before, this really is just a fancy combat knife. However, it's got the wounding modifier, which says targets bleed for 25 points of additional damage. This is one of my favorite modifiers. Honestly, it's really fun to use on a melee weapon. Also, take note of the fact that this is a fast speed weapon. So if you compare it to something like Krem's Tooth or Grognak Axe, or especially the Super Sledge, it's going to be a lot quicker, per swipe, you're going to be dealing damage quicker. If you don't have big leagues, you are going to find this weapon at only about 20 damage. It does seem very low, but obviously if you're investing in a melee character, that number is going to go high very, very quickly. I am using this weapon on my stream on Twitch, and this thing is at 114 damage, I believe, with big leagues and all of the other advantages that you have with a melee character. Usually I would cover mods since this is a weapon guide video, but there aren't really any other mods you can do with this weapon. It already comes with the Stealth Blade, which increases your damage with sneak attacks. It increases that multiplier by 0.5, which is kind of nice. It's not a big increase, but that is still damage, more damage you get. It also says that targets bleed, which is weird to me because Pikmin's Blade, when you take the Stealth Blade off, Pikmin's Blade, just the combat knife, still has the wounding modifier. So I don't think it doubles up on the bleeding effect. I'm not sure why the Stealth Blade also has a bleeding effect, but that's just something else to take note of. And also, it has exceptional damage. So just having the Stealth Blade on will increase your damage. If you take it off, it's only 11 damage. Again, this is with no additional damage increasing perks. I do have a pretty good amount of experience with this weapon, so I just wanted to share some more of my observations. I think this is a really solid early game stealth melee weapon. It is a little bit difficult to get to, but you get that extra sneak multiplier, and early in the game you won't have your ninja very high. Of course, that perk obviously, increases your sneak multiplier by a ton. And once you're dealing 10 times sneak damage, with the last rank of Ninja, that extra 0.5 won't seem like much, but in the early game, it definitely is a lot. It definitely does help. However, in the late game, especially when you get the Krem's Tooth, this may not be your best stealth option. It is way up there. It's pretty much second, but Krem's Tooth, just the sheer damage of that weapon, just makes it better, honestly, in stealth situations. So if you are looking for the best stealth, weapon, this is it early in the game. But once you get Krem's Tooth, I believe that is the better option. It's just more damage. So if you're to put these two weapons side by side, obviously this is a fast speed weapon, and then Krem's Tooth is medium. So it's hard to calculate DPS with these weapons. I'm not sure which one will give you more DPS, but I do believe because of the damage of Krem's Tooth, that is definitely the higher DPS weapon. Obviously, with this weapon, you get the extra 0.5 times stealth damage bonus, but as I explained, once you get to 10 times with the, the Ninja maximum rank, it's not going to matter as much as it did in the early game. So the final thing to remember about this weapon is that you can remove the Stealth Blade mod from the Pikmin's blade and put it on a legendary combat knife, so you can get a different kind of combo of legendary modifiers if you're lucky enough. So for example, let's say you get like a staggering modifier on a combat knife, from a legendary drop. If you get that, you can take the, Stealth Blade off of the Pikmin's blade and then put that mod onto your new combat knife, and then you'll have both staggering and a bleeding effect from the mod itself. So that's something to think about, but you're gonna be very lucky if you find a combat knife out in the world that has a really good modifier on it that you can just slap the Stealth Blade on and then go to town. So I'd like to know, after watching this video, will you get the Pikmin's blade? Is this something that you're interested in terms of a melee weapon? And also, how would you rank it? Again, I've kind of shared my thoughts already. I think it's just below the Krem's Tooth, but since you can get this earlier in the game, it's a little easier to get in terms of the enemies that you'll encounter. I think it is definitely up there. Also, don't forget to suggest a new weapon for me to cover in a future unique weapon guide coming very soon. Alright guys, today I showed you how to get the Pikmin's blade in Fallout 4, and next time we will cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for daily Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos, and remember that this is your hub for Fallout 4 content on YouTube. If you learned something new, remember to hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more unique weapon guides, build guides, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.